Hi, I'm Tamer Jandali. I'm the director of Easy Love, and yeah, happy to be on the Berlinale. And thank you for the Teddy Award to interview me.
Cheers. Manchmal bist du mir richtig sympathisch und dann denke ich wieder so, ja. Und dann geht es wieder steil bergab. So. Bist du einfach auf den Flohmarkt gegangen, um zu gucken, ob da was geht oder was? Ja, bist schon viel unterwegs, oder? Und mal hier, mal da, oder?
Ja, immer da.
Das ist cool. Ja, also du bist eher so, guck mal, was kommt. So
Ja.
generell.
Ja. Ist das hier ein Kreuzfeuer?
Ja, das interessiert dich an.
Und was machst du so mit deinen Männern?
Ich glaube, gerade sind wir uns sehr ähnlich in unserer Lebensweise, wie wir das machen. Und ich meine,
Ja. Das muss man für den Moment ja auch gar nicht falsch sein.
nee, um falsch und richtig geht's ja auch nicht. Sondern um das, worauf man Lust hat und worauf nicht.
Hello and welcome to the 33rd Teddy Award. I'm Hannah Congdon and I'm here with director Tamer Jandali to talk about his film Easy Love. Hi, welcome to the Berlinale.
Hi, welcome, thank you.
So I wanted to start by asking you, obviously the film is based on real people, real characters. So you kind of could have chosen anyone. How did you choose the four central characters that you did?
It was not easy to choose and to find people because they need. Yeah, it was really hard to find people who was able to play in our movie and to want to play in our movie, and especially that I said I want everything so real like I can get it, so authentic, and I want to be part of your life, and I want to push you a little bit more than your life, and I want to be always there with my team. So a lot of people was afraid to join the movie, and we make a big casting, a lot of people, and then I talked to them and I said, yeah, would your mom play with in the movie? Would your best friend play maybe with us in the movie? And would your boyfriend or girlfriend would play with us in the movie? And then suddenly there only was few people who was, how you call, bold or mutig? What's mutig?
Like courageous enough
courageous.
to do that.
Yeah, courageous enough to say, okay, I joined your trip. I want to make this adventure with you. And yeah, and the most for me, the most surprising thing was boys or men was most afraid to play with me in the movie.
Really? Because that's not always the case when you're filming. Yeah.
It was really crazy. The women were more open-minded to say, okay, let's try, why not? And boys was really afraid to play with me in the movie. I had only maybe to choose only 2 or 3 men. All other men were saying, no way, I don't want to play.
Why do you think that is?
I was searching for men to play in the relationship, and I think they were afraid that I can see something, structures, power structures, how they act in a relationship. So they really, I really get not a lot to choose who want to play with me in the movie.
And how did you find the people that you did find? Did you know any of them before?
Most of them I don't really know. I know the lesbian couple. I know one of them, long time. That was a little bit harder than the people I didn't know to work with because it was more professional. And we joined new, and we find a new way for friends and for working. And I ask everyone. I ask my whole friendship. I ask on Facebook. I ask in the train. When I was waiting somewhere in the coffee, I saw people I find interesting. I go there. I think, okay, go to them, and then I go to them and ask them, and I tell them about my project. And so I suddenly, people know about it, and then they came to the casting. And then I lost a lot of people because I said, yeah, I want to be a part of your relationship. I want to see how your relationship works, or how your love works, and I want to be also part of your sex life. Yeah.
Which is quite intrusive for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the film is this, I don't really know what to call it exactly, but a blur between documentary and feature.
Yeah.
But the characters are playing themselves. Why did you want to choose that format? It's something very original.
For me, it was like, wow, why did not somebody else came on this idea? I was thinking, yeah, it's cool. So why not take real people and push them to something more than maybe something they dream of or what they want to try and to do with them, because the things they have inside them, they always come out in all scenes, and they're really authentic. So I felt if we should try it. And it's like this time, a lot of things like fake news and Instagram and other people I want to be shown outside. It's like, it was like, why did not somebody had the idea before?
Yeah.
I
was amazed at how you actually did it, because the characters don't seem to be aware or self-conscious at all about the filming.
Yeah.
So how did you manage to form that relationship with people that, especially in these sex scenes, they seem totally unself-conscious?
Yeah. I didn't shoot the sex scenes in the beginning. Huh? I was talking about all the time because I know. Coole Lache. The sex scene was like the sword hanging over them. All they had a little bit, they were afraid of it. But it helps me to film the other scenes. They're much more important, because then there was more open in these scenes, because I was thinking, the hard scene with the sex will come next week or something. And I choose to make it in the middle or in the end, and we really know each other very well. So we had a really small team. Only my cameraman, my sound woman, and she makes the sound, and my assistant, and we were only this. We had no light crew, and we had nothing else, and we stick all the time together, and we hang around a lot of time with them, and I talked so much as I could with them about what's going on in your relationship, what you want to try, and I think we had get a good connection and trust. I think they trust me. That was my luck, that they trust me.
I mean, you can really tell, because you just can't tell that there's a camera. That they're completely being themselves or seeming to be themselves. Yeah. Also, the film brings up a lot of questions about what constitutes love and what sex means, and what the difference is between family love and romantic love, transactional sex and sex within a relationship. Did you come to any conclusions about all of these questions?
I liked all these questions, but I think it's totally simple. Love is love, and it's not easy. and it's easy, because it's a universal thing to love. And I think maybe for this movie, it's like I had a problem to struggle with love, to find my love, and to be able to love, and also to allow to be loved, to love myself. And the people I filmed, they had the same problems, and I thought that they also had something on the mind how they should love. And sometimes it's not with the reality. Sometimes you think you should be open or free, but sometimes you need security. I don't know. A lot of strange things come out, and I find it very interesting, because it's so beautiful and so nice if you know your own heart, or what you need, and you can live this love. Then yeah, you're a little bit more free, and and you can be good to others and good to yourself. So yeah, that's maybe I want to find out more about myself, about the other people.
Did you find anything else? Did you learn something personally from what
Yeah,
you filmed?
trust is very important, and communication. I had, that's the most important thing, I think. Trust and communication, and to be honest. Try to be honest to yourself, and that's I had also with my team. It was also a love story we had. Yeah.
And something that struck me about this film that is so different from sort of actual feature films that you see is the way that sex is presented, because so many films sort of hype up sex, or they turn it into something very glossy, or they don't show certain aspects of sex. And you, in this film, show sex in an incredibly honest way. And also, you normalise it. So there's just kind of these cuts from someone's going shopping to, someone's working as a prostitute in the next scene. And I wondered, were you consciously trying to send a message about sex and the way we present sex?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I did it like, for me, sex is something totally natural. It's like you need it. You need. Not sex is also like touchings, like how you say, Zärtlichkeit. What is it in English?
Did a German dictionary.
Yeah, my side. Okay, sex is a lot of things. It's like a game of power, a game of fun, a game of feeling your body, feeling the other body, to see yourself in the other one, and so many things, but it's totally normal. It's something like going on toilet, to eat, to sleep, and I think it's important to be educated why we need this and why we all do it. And I think it's the most normal thing, and I tried to maybe to shoot it like this. So I also didn't tell them how they should have sex. I didn't say nothing about it. Sometimes I manipulate the scenes, maybe, yeah, but in the sex thing, I tried to say I want this to shoot. That was the only thing, but I didn't tell, and I was really trying to be very sensitive and very, I was very careful that I don't push them. So I want to see how they should be free and open, and they should have real sex they like. So. And
we see very different types of relationships. And I wondered, did you notice any patterns, for example, in the way, so gender patterns, so in the way girls behaved or boys behaved in the relationships, or if there was a difference between the gay relationships and straight relationships?
I'm not an expert. I have only these people and my friends. So, and what I saw in this case, in this movie, they're all not all the same, but they're humans and they love each other, and they're like you and me, and they could be the next one, and they have all the same problems, and they have all the same games, and people love each other. Or I don't know. I don't think it's different between genders or girls and boys. They're all humans, and they all want to be loved and loved.
Yeah.
Give love. Yeah.
Was there anyone you particularly identified with? So when you were filming, did you think, oh, I can see a bit of myself in that?
Yeah. I always say all of them like a little part of me. I thought everybody I had thinking, oh fuck, I'm like them, or have the same problems. I have also this problem with self-destructing behaviors, and I can see. In different parts of my life, I see the same. Also, maybe the lesbian couple, I shoot them and I was thinking, wow, it's like in the beginning of my last relationship. They behave the same. They have the same problems. Same. And when I see the guy, I had also a time when I was a little bit younger than him, in the 20s, 26, 25, 7, I was like him, always looking around, don't coming to rest. So yeah, I had I could see me in all of them. Also, in the couple who want to make an open relationship, I'm always dreaming about an open relationship, but I would have the same struggles and same fights with my relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously these are the real lives of the people that you're filming. And there were some moments where you talked about them being self-destructive. So Lenny's relationship, they become very self-destructive, and you can see, even though they're very good for each other, but they just get horrible to each other. And then Stella at one point overdoses, and she's in quite a bad way. Did you find it difficult at times to watch stuff and actually not interfere?
Yeah. Sometimes I had a bad feeling that I pushed them too much or manipulate them. But sometimes I said, yeah, it wasn't easy. Sometimes I was thinking, I must tell her it's not good for you. What you do, it's not good for you. You must wake up. You see yourself. But then I was thinking, she learned by herself. Sometimes I feel like a therapist, you know, and it's like a therapist game and an adventure. And I was thinking, okay, I don't say something. They must find out themselves.
Did you ever say anything?
Yeah, I said a lot of things, sure. I talked with them, and also they were thinking what is good for the movie and what is good, what they want to try. So it was really the real life had influence in the movie, and the movie have influence in their life. It was really shaky always, and sometimes they was really mad about me because I say, oh, the movie, it's getting in our relationship, and after we had more fights, and sometimes they're always happy. They say, oh, cool, after the scene we shoot, it was so beautiful, we had a good time. We do the movie, and then it was really a lot of influence.
And are they going to come to the premiere tonight? They are. Have they seen the film before?
Some of them they don't want to see the movie.
That's what I was going to ask. Is do they find it difficult to watch back the real documentation of their own life?
Some of them have really problems to see the movie, and I say, okay, I can understand it. I hate to hear my voice and to see me on this interview. I can totally understand them, but I really appreciate that they so cool to trust me and to do the movie with me. And we have a good relationships, and I'm happy to see them. They're coming and they want to make party with us, and they're happy.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, the important thing. And I can understand that they don't want to see it. Some of them are really changed their behavior, and that's why they have now problems to see the movie. They say, okay, why I was so crazy, why I did this to myself, and why didn't I notice this before? And through the movie, they say, no way, I push my borders always, and I don't want to push my borders. And the movie was also a borderline, step too much. And so they say, okay, now I learned a lot, and I don't want to be the same person. And that's cool. It's cool.
And at the end of the film, it is quite a melancholy ending to the film. Every single relationship is to some extent broken down, or at least been damaged in some way.
Yeah.
Did you intentionally sort of see each relationship to its conclusion, or was that actually, did that all happen at the same time? It was just a coincidence that every relationship happened to break down?
Yeah, it was strange. We tried to make happy ends, but it didn't work out. And it was also not right, and it didn't feel right. I had some people who want to push me to say, hey, it should be a summer movie. You must make a happy end out of it. But it's like how I get known the people and how I get known the movie also. It was like, no, they do 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So it's like life. It's like they're not on the end really. Maybe they find some conclusion, but the life goes on, and it's also an adventure, the life, and it's not like over. Now it's everything happy. So they need to. They had more steps to go, and that's what I want to show. I don't want to say no. That's the end. She's a prostitute and he is like this, and I want to be open. Say okay, you don't know what happened tomorrow. Maybe you go this way, or maybe you go that way. You have every day a new chance to develop yourself. And that's what I think it's on the end a little bit to feel. That's why it's maybe a little bit sad and a little bit, it's not so happy at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also my fighting thing. Yeah, sometimes life is scary.
Yeah. Do you have any other future film projects planned? Would you go back to the same kind of format?
Yeah, I want to try. I'm interested to try more in this way. I think it's a good way to get good energy and good real new. It's real, like it's authentic, and it's also art. And this mix, it's cool. I like it, and I want to test a little bit more about this, but maybe not on love. Maybe I like the environmental. It's a big issue for me. And I want maybe passion people. I like people who have a lot of passion. And I want to see, maybe to find new interesting topics to try this kind of movie making.
No, looking forward to seeing the next projects. But yeah, have a fantastic premiere this evening.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the Berlinale.
Thank you.